Hey, everybody, it's Paulo Brantz with this week's interest rate insight for Thursday, October 12th. We have a great little segment here. It's going to be about 3 or 4 minutes. In this video, I'm going to attempt to share with you what is going on with interest rates over the past 7 days. And we are going to take a peek into the future of interest rates. I know we've heard a lot, or you've heard a lot about, marry the house, date the rate, but it sure seems like people have been dating this bad rate for a lot longer than expected. And is there something on the horizon that they can eventually break up with this date and get a better interest rate? We're going to find that out. But first, I always love to start by just sending a quick thank you to all those people last week that have referred your family and friends to us. I just wanted to keep it classy and say thank you. I truly appreciate your trust because your referrals are what keep us going. So if I can help you in any way, always feel free to reach out. Now, speaking of help, I know a lot of people out there right now, it's coming more and more. Am I getting emails where people are really stressed out about the cost of their rising debt? The feds have increased the interest rate, short-term rates so much that people have to pay more for their credit cards just to pay the interest, and they're not making any headway on it. So you have rising car payments, credit card payments, installment loans. Let me share with you a little bit of a success we had this week. So if you're in this situation, maybe we can help you too. We had a client that came to us. They had an outstanding rate on their first mortgage. It definitely did not make sense to refinance out of their first mortgage, but they did accumulate credit card debt of about $45,000, which they were paying $750 a month on. Now remember, that $750 is just to cover the interest. It does not include paying that balance down. They had a car loan of about $650, installment debt of about $300 per month. And keep in mind, as we get towards the holiday season, taxes are going to start being due. So if you don't have your payment include taxes and insurance, that is going to come up as well. And this particular individual needed a new reef. So they needed about a new roof, not a new reef, a new roof. So that's about $130,000. What we were able to do was to get them a second mortgage that gave them the cash for the new roof, their taxes, brought their total payment down to about $1,046. And my friends, they saved $654. So always reach out to see how much we can save you. It's always better to know than to wonder. All right, let's get into interest rates here. So interest rates from this week to last week are exactly the same, except for a conventional. They're down a little bit. But let me tell you, that does not tell the story at all. This is seriously like if you have teenage kids, or if you were a teenager before, let's pretend you're the teenager, and your parents go away for a weekend. And when they leave, the house is perfect. Over the weekend, you just have a massive party and it's absolutely insanity at the house. But by the time they get home, you've cleaned it perfectly. There's no sign of a party whatsoever. And they walk in and said, wow, nothing to see here. It truly does not see the full story. So let's go ahead and break it down. So first, let's start off with last Friday. We did get the jobs report. The jobs report just absolutely blew out expectations, almost doubled. In fact, previous jobs reports, we had revisions of previous reports on a downward, where in this one, not only did we double, but we also had July and August added 119,000 jobs to the months combined. That was not what the Fed was looking at for. The Fed is looking for a softening job market. So this really raises the question, are they going to raise interest rates again November 1st at their meeting? Remember, the importance of the interest rates rising is to curb inflation, which the 30-year fixed rate market does not want to hear that. That's why we saw interest rates shoot up. Then, unfortunately, we came into the news, and this is such a terrible thing. I wish this would never have to be a part of any of my market updates, but when you have situations such as the Israeli and Hamas war, what happens to the market is that investors pull their money from stocks, from bonds, from the market, and put it into more safe havens like bonds. So, as a result of this just horrendous event, we saw interest rates really drop on earlier part of this week, which had a lot of people, saving a lot of money. Then came consumer price index. So now we're sitting there thinking rates are going to finally have that downward trend. Consumer price index comes in, year month over month, it increased. Year over year, it's increased. The rising cost for rent, gasoline, it's that upward pressure. And the fear is any conflict in the Middle East is going to have more of an upward pressure on gasoline. But the bright news is that Fannie Mae did come out again. This was on, I can't see it. Ooh, I can't see. I'm blind here, but we did hear Fannie Mae speak at a convention we went to last weekend or last Friday. They are predicting that interest rate could fall as far as low as 4.5% next year. Now, this sounds like great news, especially if you're a homeowner. That's great news. But if you're a home buyer out there looking, please don't wait. That's going to cause so many different problems for you. Yes, you'll have lower interest rates, but you're probably going to pay more for the house. And any offset in lower interest rates is going to be in the form of a bidding war and higher housing costs. So if you're a homeowner, it's a good place to be. But this is the time where we're going to start looking at refinancing and really consolidating debt and stuff like that. That's it. That's it for this week's interest rate insights. If you're thinking making any renovations, debt consolidations, if you want to buy or sell, speaking of selling, if you know anybody that is looking to sell, have them reach out to me simply because we have so many buyers right now that are looking to buy homes. We might be able to save them money. If you want to buy an investment property, if your kids want to buy, or questions regarding financial planning, your trust, your life insurance, let's set up a hopes and dreams conversation. In these conversations, we don't pull credits. We don't take applications. We just do some mortgage planning for you, some debt planning for you to make sure that your current loan and your current debt situation is on track to meet your financial goals. So with that, that's it for this week's interest rate rate insight. And I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care now.